Look, we haven't had any Boba Fett in the 3rd season, but they're about to draw a massive visual parallel to his show. The Bad Batch finale is almost here. This is it. We're just a couple of days away from episode 15, The Cavalry has arrived, and we need to talk about some major theories and major questions following last week's episode. What is going to happen to Hemlock? What is the deal with the Zillo Beast? Is Rampart going to die? Is he going to be tortured? And who is going to survive? In the last 2 weeks I've shared with you a few ideas, but this is truly it. This is the last Bad Batch preview I'm ever going to make before the show ends. The next one I make is going to be the breakdown and review. So it all comes down to this. One final opportunity to speculate and theorize before the big finale. Here we go. We're just going to dive straight into it, my dear friends, no jibber jabber. The biggest question, the one that is most asked, is what is going to happen with the Zillo Beast? What is its role in the last episode? To my mind, there are a couple of possibilities. While Omega temporarily snuck out to check out the pneumatic tube system, she accidentally uncovered the location of the Zillo Beast. This discovery was the quote, something big, she informs the other kids about when she returns. But what was the plan? What is the eureka moment for Omega? I think it's fairly obvious she is trying to release it. But to what end? Just to cause a distraction and find a way out? Or is there a bit more to it? She saw firsthand in Metamorphosis how destructive and immense this creature is. But hear me out. In addition to setting it free, I think Omega might be trying to guide the Zillo Beast towards a source of electricity, maybe an electrical reservoir within Tantis. Drawing from her encounters with the beast, she understands its penchant for consuming electricity. And by doing this, not only could the beast expand dramatically in size, further disrupting the Empire's operations, but it could also disrupt the power supply, crucial for Hemlock and his troops to maintain the facility. And one Star Wars theory which has been about pretty much since the 2nd season is that Dr. Hemlock is going to be eaten by the beast. And there is also the possibility, my dear friends, of Omega connecting to the Zillo Beast one-to-one using the Force, in the same way she saw Asajj Ventress do with the Vrathian on Pabu. Is this the moment Omega is going to finally use the Force? Maybe teasing a spin-off with her and Asajj. Maybe using the Force and her compassion, she's going to connect with the Zillo, ride it, use it to escape and destroy the facility, and then set it free in the jungle of Tantis. And aside from Asajj, this could be poetic for a second reason. Later in the timeline in the final episode of the Book of Boba Fett, her brother Boba rides a Rancor. There could be a visual parallel between the two. Now regarding whether Hemlock is going to be consumed by the Zillo Beast, some say there is a strong chance, given in-story character arcs and cross-media dynamics. What am I talking about? In the Clone Wars, the Zillo Beast displayed remarkable intelligence, retaliating against Palpatine after being labelled merely as a creature and targeted for termination before Palpatine decided to clone it. The Zillo seems to understand people's intentions, and it can't be too happy with its captivity under Hemlock. And while the Bad Batch hasn't depicted Hemlock directly talking to the Zillo Beast, it's reasonable to assume such encounters have occurred, most probably involving the creature suffering due to experimentation, transforming its hide into armor. Imagine if the final episode opens with Hemlock talking to the Zillo Beast, reinforcing their shared history and implying mistreatment from Hemlock. It could foreshadow his demise. So, that is the Zillo and Hemlock. So now allow me to preface this next section by saying I'm going to be expanding on 2 characters which we spoke about quite a bit. As we reach the end of this fantastic show, I often think about some of the comments made by D. Bradley Baker before Season 3 started, more precisely in regards to Crosshair's satisfying arc, and I agree. Here's what he said. His redemption touches a lot of people, and really surprised me, and I've got to wonder if there's another twist. And I'm talking about in relation to another character we've got our eyes on going into episode 15. Vice Admiral Rampart, arrested by stormtroopers in the forest of Wayland after running from a Dryak's bear. The assumption seems to be he's a goner, he's gonna die, but I'm starting to think this is no longer the case. Hemlock has his hands full, he doesn't have time to interrogate, so I assume the most probable outcome is he's going to be placed in a holding cell like Nala Se. And one theory I have, and you might say, Meg, you're crazy, is I think he's going to undergo a similar redemption to that of Crosshair. Rampart admitted he is allegiant only to himself. I think he resents the Empire for what they did to him, but he also still despises clones. And you know what, guys? I think this last bit is about to change. If Rampart is alive and in a holding cell, he's got no chance at life with the Empire. They're either going to kill him or leave him to rot. So once again, his only chance at an escape is Clone Force 99, the Bad Batch. I don't know if you noticed this, but when Rampart started to run, Crosshair was the only member of the group who was wondering where he went. And all through the beginning of the last episode, Crosshair tried to watch out for him. Crosshair was repeatedly there to bail Rampart out of tricky situations. And for this reason, if there's any member of the group who's going to try and help bail Rampart out, it's Crosshair. Omega saw the best in him, and maybe he sees Rampart is not too far gone. I've always said, while Rampart is a very different kind of character to Agent Callus, I can still envision a redemption arc, a change of heart, and should this scenario unfold, Rampart would find himself indebted to the very individuals he holds in disdain. And you know, despite his animosity towards clones, and particular for Clone Force 99, there is something of an irony if one of them were to rescue him from the Empire's grasp. So far, Rampart has exhibited very few redeeming qualities. There is no denying it, reveling in his own ambition and the privileges afforded to his authority, while simultaneously displaying an acute sense of condescension. Rampart is not the usual kind of guy you'd want to root for, but deep down within him, is there a semblance, a breadcrumb of humanity? I explored this in a separate video I very much recommend you check out. But maybe now in the last episode, after enduring multiple brushes with death, Rampart is going to come to his senses, and the realization the Empire embodies true malevolence, and serving them is not a noble pursuit, and if he's trying to stay loyal, there is no way out. He might be a self-serving person, but if the Bad Batch helps him escape prison a second time, he may start to acknowledge he was wrong. You need the support of others. He didn't like that Crosshair had changed, but maybe Crosshair can teach him a lesson about loyalty and brotherhood. What I'm trying to say is, if Rampart has a redemption, I think Crosshair is going to be the one responsible. Now as we go into the last episode, once again Jennifer Corbett is starting early with the teases, and something interesting she said was this: there is a brief moment / shot in the series finale that is so eerily creepy. I love it. The line delivery, lighting, pose, tone, everything. I may have it framed. And you know, I kind of suspect this is going to be Hemlock. And also, just one thing to consider once again, Hemlock has built an immunity to the gas used to knock out intruders on Tantis base. For all we know, this is going to be very important in the final episode. So, who's going to make it? Who's going to die? I've told you guys my Echo theory, but truly, I'm uncertain. I'd like to think Crosshair is going to survive. I can definitely see Hunter dying, the paternal figure of Omega. Let's wait and see. But what do you guys think? How do you theorize it's all gonna end? Let me know your final predictions in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you, always.